Hi there, Leap to Leaders. This is Kande Hein, and welcome to day 6. We are so happy to have you back, and good to see you again this week. Today, we're specifically going to be talking about the difference between hobby and a business. And if you think you know which you have, I encourage you to listen in because we might challenge that just a little bit. And at the end, we're going to kind of put that into tangible practice. I'll explain more about that in a minute, but first, let's talk about the difference between having a hobby and having a business, okay? So a hobby is something that you do for pure enjoyment, okay? You don't typically make any money from a hobby, okay? A hobby is something like a sport or lessons or a creative outlet like painting or vinyl or collecting something or hunting for something like Ray Dunn. Those are all hobbies. And the thing about a hobby is that you sort of expect a negative ROI, a negative return on investment. You don't expect to make any money, but you sure do spend some money, but it brings pure enjoyment and it's something that you do in your leisure time. Okay, so let's talk about a business now. A business is something that has goals and it's something that has to work. It's okay if you don't find that Ray Dunn piece or if you don't get into that piano lesson, but it's not okay if you don't hit your goals. It's not okay for your business. You have to make that work. So that's the difference between a business, really a core difference of the business. So if you run your business like a hobby, it's going to pay you like one. Think about that. If you run your business like a hobby, it's going to pay like one. If you run your business like a business, it's going to pay like one. And that's why you're in this program. We want to help you make more money because money equals freedom, and it's going to be the answer to a lot of your whys out there. So let's dig in a little deeper, and I sort of want to quiz you a little bit. I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. So I want you to answer yes on any of these that have happened to you or are happening to you right now. So one, have you went to the family store and you bought all of the new shiny things, like the new testers, the new catalogs, new products, new things to make samples, but you haven't quite gotten the mini testers out to somebody in their hands, or you still have that pack of catalogs sitting on your desk. Has it happened to you? Second, have you ever purchased brand new branded clothes from American Hero and you've wore them out and you were branded, but you didn't talk to anybody? You didn't share the opportunity, you didn't hand any samples, you didn't network, you didn't meet anyone new. Has it happened to you? Is it happening to you now? Number 3, you offer incentives without calculating what that ROI is. So for example, if you said something like, hey, I'll buy you a bath bomb for anybody that gets a 6-pack of bars today only. Okay, well that doesn't sound terrible. Bath bombs only $8. They're great. You make it make sense in your head. But if you think like a business owner, you'll realize that 25% on a 6-pack of bars is only $7.50. Your bath bomb is $8. You're now negative ROI, and that means you are in hobby territory. You no longer have a business at that point. At that point, you have a hobby. And you have to think about that when you are offering things like free shipping, or you're offering to cover shipping for a light bulb. Those are nice things to do, and maybe that ROI makes sense when you have a really good customer, but if you don't, you've got to make that as a business decision versus as a hobby decision. Okay, next is you comment on all of the posts on the team pages. You know all of the things. You can recite the news in the workstation, but you haven't really put it into place, or you are up for cancellation this month, or you've ever been up for cancellation. That is having a hobby. That is trolling Facebook and reading the workstation and knowing all the things, but not doing the hard work that it takes to actually do something with the information that you're gathering. And then you have a list of new products that you want for the season. So you grab your list, you take it on the first, you place your $200 order so you can get free shipping, and you make it a party. You make it make sense because you use that $20 in free rewards and a couple half off items, and you're feeling pretty good, but you paid retail for the $200. That is having a hobby, not having a business. Because if you had your business hat on, you would know that on the first, you need to have yourself an open house, you need to have yourself a Facebook party, you need to earn what you need to earn and have a party so that you can get everything that you want on your wish list for free. Or you need to whittle down your wish list to only the things that you need to run your business. Think with your business hat on. Okay, now your business should really drive you to make some sacrifices, right? So, maybe as a mom that's spending one night a week instead of binging Netflix or watching TV or, spending time with your husband or out with friends, maybe you are spending time on your business. Maybe you're having a power hour in your business. Maybe during nap time you're sacrificing a little bit of time. You've got to think about those little sacrifices that you can make, because it's not about the big sacrifices that we make. It's about the compounded sacrifices that we make, because those little decisions we make through the day, that journey is what makes it in the end. It's not the end result. It's the journey along there. Okay. And I love this word discipline, so I'm going to read this quote to you because I always mess it up. But choose what you want most over what you want now. That's my word of the year. You want to choose your future success over your momentary comforts. Do it scared, do it tired, just do it. So I'm going to say that one more time. Choose what you want most over what you want now. Choose your future success over those momentary comforts. Again, choosing those small decisions that make the big dividends in the end. Sorry about my allergies. So now for your homework assignment. I want you to think back to that why that you came up with, okay? Now, does it actually answer the question why? Some might say because you want more money, or because you want to spend more time with your family, or that you just love the product. That's not a why. That's a what, okay? So is it because you want to stop being $200 short every month on your mortgage, or you want to be able to pay for dance lessons, or take your family out for a nice meal, for example? What are you making money for? And then I just reiterated that, but that's a because, right? That's a what, that's a because, that's not a why. So I want you to dig a little bit deeper. Why do you want to make that extra money? What is it for? Why do you want to spend more time with your family? Why do you love the product so much? There is a deeper why there, and you have to really dig in. I always like to say that you know your why when it sort of sets your soul on fire. It's that thing that when you say it out loud, you feel those butterflies and you feel that fire in your chest, and you just have that smile of yes, that's what it is. That's when you know you've landed on a really good why, and that might evolve. So if you've been doing this for a bit, or if you've just started, whatever your why is, it might have changed. So think about that why and get really deep with it. Then I want you to put a monetary value on what that why is, okay? And we're going to have a very tangible goal for what that monetary value is for the month, for 6 months, and for the next year. So say, for example, your why is that you want to spend more time with your family. That's going to be accomplished with your husband taking a couple extra, or two less shifts a week, which is, about 8 less a month. If that's your why, what does that come out to? Figure out the math. If that comes out to $500 a month, then that's what I want you to write down. I want you to write $500 for this month. And then I want you to write, that's $3,000 for the next 6 months. And then what is that for the next year? And then I want you to take it one step further and figure out how much Scentsy do you need to sell to make that happen. if you need to sell 500, if you want to make $500 more this month and every month, what do you need to sell to make that happen? And then go back to that list of 100 that you made back on day 2 or day 3 and look and figure out how you can accomplish that with your list of 100, because it's there. It's already written down. You've already done the work. You've already figured out how you're going to accomplish that. So now you've got to put that tangible goal down. You got to dig really deep and figure out that why, and then utilize that list of 100 to make it happen. So with that, I'm going to let you go for the day so that you can go off and get your homework assignment completed. Thanks so much. I hope you have a really fantastic day 6, and we'll be talking to you tomorrow. Bye.